Hi, this is Tim at the 1916 Company, and welcome to Collector's Guide. In 1972, Audemars Piguet and Gerald Genta brought the world the Royal Oak. In 1993, Audemars Piguet and a young designer, Emmanuel Guet, took the Royal Oak offshore. But where do you go once you're already riding the waves? You go under them. Today, we present the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Funky Lime Green. This is the collector's take. For the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the Big Bang, and I regret the phrase, was 1972, when Audemars Piguet and Gerald Genta brought to market the revolutionary steel ultra-luxury Royal Oak Jumbo, a sports watch that redefined what a sports watch and a steel watch could be, both in terms of decoration and in terms of price. The 5402, fast forward 21 years, becomes the Royal Oak Offshore of young designer Emmanuel Guet in 1993. A bigger and brasher 1990s take on the Royal Oak. It was reportedly hated by Gerald Genta, but adored by the public, which adopted the bigger and more rugged watch with gusto. In 1997, to celebrate 25 years since the original Royal Oak, Audemars Piguet launched the Color Series, or the Tutti Frutti. Regardless of how you describe them, the Royal Oak Offshores in vivid colors for 1997 marked the beginning of an era in which special edition and limited edition Royal Oak Offshores dominated headlines in the luxury watch industry. In 2005, Audemars Piguet decided that perhaps less is more, removing the chronograph and creating a stripped-down Royal Oak Diver, the Scuba, reference 15340, initially as a special edition for the German retailer Wempe, and later as limited series in limited numbers for AP retailers or its own boutiques. In 2010, the Royal Oak Offshore Diver became a full-time offering with reference 15703. In 2013, we got ceramic, and in 2015, a new generation, the 15710. For 2016, AP surprised us with an array of Royal Oak Offshore diving chronographs in bright colors, and in 2017, 20 years after the original Color Series, we got 5 vividly colored Royal Oak Offshore dive watches, of which this lime green 15710 ST was one. Described as the funky colors, it sounded like a press release written by Moser, but the style and the character distinctively Audemars Piguet. Well, it's big, it's bright, it's a core AP, it's unmistakable for what it is. The word icon is overused, but this is that. More than that, this is a watch that represents perhaps the most offshore. Not the biggest, not the most expensive or the most complex, but certainly the most vivacious. It's fun, it's a surprise, it's unexpected from a Holy Trinity member, and in that way, it may be the least pretentious way to get into the Holy Trinity. We've got the Mega Tapisserie, the hobnail in its largest size, with a green lacquered center. You could see a subtle contrast with the dark blue, which looks fantastic. You could see a lovely set of white gold hands and indices because this is Holy Trinity and we're not scrimping on the materials. No scattered details on this dial, no crowding, nothing busy. The diver is cleaner. You can see the watch also looks recognizably like a Royal Oak. We have the rounded octagonal bezel once upon a time inspired by a vintage dive helmet. Today, possibly the most iconic bezel on any watch anywhere. We have the hexagonal steel bolts in the bezel with matching hexagonal shoulders on the crowns. Integration of strap and case as though it were on a bracelet, and it is a dive watch that's unmistakable, albeit with an internal ratcheting scale. The watch features a lovely combination of a rubber strap, this was once called the diver strap, with a simple steel pin buckle, so it's very easy to live with, and it looks like the summer watch it is. And because it's not a modular complication, it's also thinner. At 14.1 millimeters, this will, surprisingly, fit underneath the cuff. And yes, you could see on the dial bad math. 300 meters is not 1,000 feet, more like 984.252, but as we're about to realize in a moment, that doesn't matter. So this is a dive watch, and it makes no bones about it. A big, robust case, internal rotating bezel, screw-down crowns, and a 300-meter dive rating. But here's the thing. This is a real ISO 6425 diver, which means it's been tested to 125% of the number on the dial, which is why the slightly optimistic 1,000-foot conversion, though inaccurate, doesn't matter. The watch is both more than 300 meters and more than 1,000 feet, and it would have been tested as such before it left the shop. Also important, the bezel is internal rotating, so you have even more security against accidental displacement. Plus, because it's shielded by the watch's sapphire, the bezel is fully luminescent, so you can see the entire scale and not just a luminescent bezel pearl as on other dive watches. It's big, it's tough, it's a Royal Oak, it's an offshore, but it's also a lot cleaner than the chronograph and makes for easier reading. And because it's on a strap, it is even more casual than a standard offshore, and because it's on a pin buckle, it's easy to adjust during vigorous activity when your wrist may expand, and then the dinner after when your wrist may contract. This is a polyvalent instrument that's everything from your timer for tacos on the grill to your alert to the end of an intermission at a show. Even if you hate to dive, this watch is going to prove useful. Well, I applaud Audemars Piguet for giving us a boxed set that feels rich and upscale, but won't take up half of your closet. You have an outer box, you have a beautiful green lacquered inner box over a lovely wood grain. We have gold-plated hardware inside leatherette. There's a little cushion for the watch, and then next to it, consider this a mental placeholder, a accessory second strap, which on all 5 of the 2017 models is dark blue. We have a new one on order that will be included with the watch. We have 2 manuals, one of which in multiple languages is an enormous warranty and origin certificate. It'll give you some information about the original sale, registration, and warranty terms long since lapsed. But hey, fun fact, this watch was bought the day I turned 33. Hey, Gemini. We also have a mode d'emploi, or a user's guide. It's very simple since this watch only has 3 hands and a date. Remember, screw down the crown before you dive. That should be just about it. Also, some stories about the original Audemars Piguet founders and the company itself, which is Switzerland's oldest family-owned and run watchmaker. Well, first let me advise you that any Royal Oak or offshore is going to wear a size or 2 larger than it's rated. 42 millimeters in diameter, but it wears like a 44. Keep that in mind. 14.1 thick, that's surprisingly slim because remember, this is not a modular movement like the chronographs. It's 53.8 lug to lug, but by the time we get to the intermediate links, the total distance across the wrist is 58.7, which means you're going to have at least a flat-topped 16-centimeter wrist to wear this watch well. The diver strap does help. It's more flexible than the hornback alligator. It's more flexible than a bracelet. It's still going to mean you need a large-ish wrist. So women probably will be limited to wearing this watch exceptionally loose, and then only if they like a truly oversized style, and even smaller male wrists will struggle. It's a very heavy watch. I measure it 179.41 grams, so the dimension you can't see with your naked eye equates to about 6.4 ounces for those of us who still live in caves. I would say first and foremost, Holy Trinity fans should consider this watch because you will not find an equivalent timepiece, an ultra-luxury oversized diver from either Vacheron or Patek. And if you want to include Lange as an honorary member, even Lange doesn't have a watch quite like this. Dive watch fans. Dive watches have a justifiable reputation for being tool watches, but that also means many of them are entry-level to mid-market. Enter Audemars Piguet. This is a pedigree like none other and a dive watch to boot. Extroverts. A huge watch, a prominent brand, an iconic model, one might even say a hype watch, and it's lime green. Need I say more? Who is it not for? Well, let's just be clear. If you have a small wrist, if you're bashful, if you have conservative tastes, run screaming. Alternatives to consider. Oddly enough, because Patek, Vacheron, and Lange offer nothing like this, we're going to be looking at watches from the luxury segment, not high luxury for the most part. Check out the Omega Ploprof Summer Blue. It's actually going to be a little bit easier to wear because it's only 48 millimeters across the wrist. Now, in terms of tech, you've got it all. Master chronometer, amagnetic. This is a coaxial escapement and over 1,200 meters water resistant with the ISO 125% test applied. This surpasses the AP in every technical respect. However, this $16,400 diver is more of a red-blooded dive watch than a blue-blooded dive watch. So if the latter is your priority, move along. The Hublot Big Bang Original. Okay, granted, this is more like the Pontiac GTO to Audemars Piguet's Ferrari GTO, but in an era in which a Pontiac GTO is sold for $1.1 million at Mecum, I think the comparison is apt. The Hublot, granted, is a chronograph and not a diver, and at 43 it's comparable in size. I would also say that the watch probably has less of a pedigree. It's certainly less of an icon, but it's also priced at a lower level, retailing for $20,400, so this is a more accessible timepiece. One might even say that its Unico movement, now in its second generation, is a bit more sophisticated than the 3120 in the AP, and certainly as a chronograph it offers something the AP does not. I will also say the quick release system is quite convenient, assuming you're using factory straps, though this 43mm watch doesn't necessarily wear any easier than the AP, and it's not going to have the same level of aftermarket support if you want a custom strap. Finally, if you want to shoot for the moon, there is the Richard Mille RM28 Diver, which was launched in 2009. Across a variety of styles and color schemes, the watch is still available online as a pre-owned timepiece between about $67,000 and $100,000, depending on condition, style, and edition. It's a product of a tablissage, so whereas Audemars Piguet is a full manufacturer, Richard Mille specifies the parts, orders them from suppliers, and assembles them. Aside from the taste and ergonomic limitations of a 47mm dive watch, you may prefer the gentle breeding of the Audemars Piguet and the rich bloodlines over the arriviste character of the huge RM. One might say that the original Audemars Piguet Royal Oak is like another 1970s masterpiece, Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien, an airtight sci-fi thriller from an auteur filmmaker. It is a classic that stands for all time. But the Royal Oak Offshore is like James Cameron's 1986 Aliens. Bigger, badder, bolder, an action classic in the 1980s paradigm. It is an icon in its own right. It's a spectacle. And if you prefer spectacle, bigger, badder, and bolder, maybe the Royal Oak for you is offshore. And that is the collector's take. Hi, I'm Tim of the 1916 Company, announcing our all-new 1916 Company app. Check out our all-new community features, including wrist time, where you can log the watch you wear, how often you wear your watches, and see a graphical representation of how you use your collection. But wait, there's more, because this wrist time feature allows you to post in real time to our live feed of user wrist shots. Our community functions also include professionally moderated discussions, all sorts of views, debate, insights into what people want to say about the watches of our times, and all your favorite features are coming back, including media, editorial from Jack Forster, video from yours truly. You can continue to build your online collection and your wish list, plus all the commercial features are back. Buy, trade, and sell through the app, browse our global inventory of pre-owned and new watches. A wrist shot could begin the process of a trade or a purchase. Find the 1916 Company app on the Apple App Store and Google.